Hello everybody, welcome back to What the Devil United Viewer YouTube channel, and today we've got a debut on What the Devil, KG, 74th episode, first appearance for KG.
Thank you very much, I'm glad to be here.
It is delightful to have you here, and we've got so much to talk about. We're also joined today by Firms once again. That's not the New United kit, is it? That's last season, isn't it?
Old school.
I don't think you should wear that kit.
Why?
I think you should, is that last season's kit?
That's last season kit.
Burn it.
Burn it?
Burn it.
The memories,
we
isn't
need no memories of 15th.
Of last season.
We need no memories of 15th. But that has to go, that's only gym.
Yeah.
That shit has to be used. Gym only. No, it's got to be
proper gross and sweaty.
Yeah. It's got to be
I hear you.
No, we don't want no memories. I didn't even realise that because I wanted to like that kit.
It's true.
I wanted to like that kit.
No, because with kits, I've been saying this a couple of times recently. United, I feel like some of our kits are a bit too plain, but that one is a little pattern in the red, and I really like that. Like the one you're wearing, obviously, I know it's a remake of retro, but like it's got MUFC written on it, which is nice. That kit is good, but yeah, Scourge memories.
Scourge memories of a dark time.
Yeah. I hear you.
But this keeps me grounded. Because what's going to happen
We
going
don't need
forward?
that kind of grounding. We don't need that kind of grounding.
We need to fly.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're all in very good spirits because the last few days have been mad.
Absolutely.
It's been Newcastle or United. It's been kind of like Newcastle, bid 1 for Šeško, bid 2 for Šeško. Then Fabrizio Romano's been on his YouTube channel going, don't underestimate Man United. He said those phrases. He went, I'm telling you now, don't underestimate Man United. I've got that clip saved on my phone because it's classic.
Get on the soundboard.
And then, 100%, don't underestimate Man United. And then we agreed terms with Šeško. And then we're now in talks with Leipzig today, continuing. Hopefully, here we go, agreement reached today. I think it will be. I think it will.
Hopefully.
All parties are expecting it to be done.
Yep.
Then, I'm working yesterday, doing this stuff here and there, and at 4:30, I'm like, I'm going to go for a run. So I went for a run up around some of the areas we have around here.
Yep.
Finish my run, click stop on runner, look at my phone, and it's David Ornstein notification.
You know
going,
when he does those.
United have inquired about Carlos Baleba. And I'm like, what simulation have I run in? I thought I'd run like through a gate or something, man. I was like, yeah. So the comments are saying, KG, they need an update on Baleba. They want your KG sources.
Come on, tier 1.
They want to know what's going on.
3.5. I call myself
3.5 kg.
3.5 kg. No, on a serious note, the whole tour, like a lot of the tour, I think when we got to Chicago, you started hearing Baleba murmurs in it, and it was crazy because of like, that's weird. And then after the conversation about we got money was there. It was like Baleba and we got money. I was thinking, well, that's like those are two things that weren't making any sense. And then but he mentioned Watkins. This is before Šeško was in the ranks. So now I'm like, I'm getting excited because I'm thinking, oh my God, we're gonna sign Watkins, which is not like. It's not number one, but it can get it for 40. They're saying 40 million, 45 million. I was thinking, how are we going to sign Watkins for 40? That don't make no sense. Like that part was just something went adding up. We can't sign a Watkins and a Baleba. Like I thought, but it's like, they're getting for 40 million. So I thought, okay, we're definitely getting this kid. This is what so I'm chilling. I've messaged Yo-Yo on some. I think they're going to get Baleba, like, because he's loved. Like, you see, the exact words that Amram said, when it said, Amram says he sees him as the ideal player for Man United. That was said by somebody else.
Dream is the word that's been used by Fabrizio Romano.
That was said by somebody else. Very high up at Man United. Incredibly high up. So they all recognise this is the kid that they all need. So we're chilling, as you do. You can't say that information because it's nowhere. If you say it, we know who was there. And you lot of big mouths. So
I would have been
cool.
Like,
But we need to talk about what does this mean? Like, okay, let's say we get Baleba. I know we're in fantasy land here. This transfer is so far away from being done right. Fabrizio Romano, Ornstein, Jacobs, and Indy Kyler on Twitter has been saying, this is a hard deal to do. Brighton. Buying for Brighton's not easy. Well, I think they're very firm. If we're going to be coughing up some serious cash for this guy,
but
serious money.
How much?
So, it's been reports basically saying that they want around 85 to 90 fixed fee plus add-ons. That normally ends up being like 10 at the moment, doesn't it? That's like the going rate for add-ons at the minute. So that's what they want. And then I think other reports I can't remember who said it, but I remember it saying that United want to do the deal more around the 70 million mark.
That's been our sweet spot.
Yeah,
65,
but
70.
that is a
not gonna happen.
25 to 30 million pound difference that we've got to figure out with Brighton. Oh, are we actually going to figure that difference out though?
Wait,
Because that's huge.
What's stopping Brighton from saying this is what Caicedo went for, this is what Declan Rice went for?
No,
Because
we're poor.
Baleba-
We're poor.
no,
we ain't
Bal-
got no money, guys.
In theory, ain't got no money.
No, we
yeah.
haven't got no money.
But
Brighton don't care about that.
no. This is what I'm saying. Is Baleba, right, is on 12.5 grand a week at Brighton, right? United will probably come through with 75 to 80 grand a week.
Yeah.
Baleba's probably Brighton are going to try and probably offer him a new deal with a release clause, like how Wolves did with Cunha in January, being like, here's a release clause to set your value so no one else can bid below it.
Yeah.
Everyone else will be rejected. But
That's how we want to get him
I
out.
don't think Baleba, this is pure speculation from me, is I don't think Baleba would then, I don't think Baleba will sign a new deal. If he wants to come to United this summer, don't see why he wouldn't.
If
Don't
he
see why he
gets a
wouldn't.
guaranteed release clause, does he sign it though? Like if they put in a release clause of 80 million, but then he gets a wage hike to 80k.
Yeah.
Now,
100.
does he not sign that?
Well, but
Oh,
then,
no,
but,
not
but,
Brighton.
but then,
Brighton are not going to give him a pay rise. No, why would they do that? That don't fit their business model.
Brian might give a pay rise, but not the pay rise he get at United.
No,
so
exactly.
I'm more thinking if United just go to his agents, like because they've spoken via intermediaries, whatever, all the transfer game here and there. They go to Baleba and go, in theory, here is a contract you could have at us, and then Brighton go, can we offer you a new contract? And then the Brighton contract will be less than what our theoretical contract is. Baleba then turns around and goes, no, I want to go to Man United. That then weakens, I'd say, Brighton's position.
They'll never. We're talking about Brighton here as well. Brighton must have another Baleba somewhere.
They definitely will.
There's another.
Do you think
one.
go for them instead?
Oh no, I'm not saying go for them instead. I'm saying let Brighton do what Brighton do. Like look at this club always manages to do this.
Yeah.
Caicedo, Baleba. You had the Cucurella. They've had João Pedro.
Yeah.
They just do this thing. So they're not. I don't think they're like. If we lost a player of a good magnitude, it would hurt.
They're
a lot
not
of teams.
attached.
They're not attached because this is their model. If that makes sense, they're just saying, well, how much can we get for this player? He came in for what? How much? His same team as Lenny Euro, right? He came from,
bro.
and it's not
Yeah,
that much.
from Lille, yeah.
He came from Lille, and then they're gonna sell on. But this is the Brighton. This is the Brighton model. I don't know if it's in the chat. They'll tell us how much he actually came in for.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll be that pressed because again, it's another player that they're getting plus like real bonuses on selling. And if we got from now to the end of the window to bring him in. You don't think
But
we could
why
do
do you
it?
think their stance is,
I'm
I want to keep him for another year? And then what do you think is behind that? Is there a negotiation
That's just
tactic behind
negotiation.
it?
I think that's a negotiation.
It could just be negotiation, yeah.
We would like to keep him for a year.
Shocker.
Everyone, of course.
I get you, I get
Brentford,
you.
we would like to keep him Buemo for longer. We don't have to, remember Brentford, we don't have to sell him now. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Look where he is now. You know what I mean? It's just tactics.
Do you what realistic fee do you think? Let's say this transfer does progress, and the kind of two clubs kind of are like, right, okay, let's try and find a solution for this, for you getting Baleba and us getting a load of cash. What do you think is a realistic fee? Could we actually get that down to 70, 80 million, or are we going to end up coughing the 90 plus?
It's going to be in the 90s.
It's 80 million. It's 80 million fixed, and then there's going to be add-ons. There has to be. But I don't know if it's 85, 86. But like, if now you're hearing news about other signings, because we still got players to leave the club. We've done our business. Apparently, we've done our business, and it's not a surprise. They mentioned the whole Cunha thing. Why did Man United tell us that Cunha's part of last year's spending?
That's crazy. I had no
and
idea.
they just revealed
Yeah.
it.
So it's the.
That's brief,
it's
right?
not. It's not. Yeah, but it's not like that wouldn't have been able to be worked out because the PSR stuff. Each cycle hits on July 1st.
Yeah.
We signed Cunha in June, so it's kind of just you got to go. Oh yeah, to be fair, it was last year's PSR stuff. Like that.
I don't even think
That
that's
wasn't.
media brief though. The only thing
But like,
that's-
I think the fact that maybe United have maybe said, can you push the fact that this information is true? Can you drop it in so that everybody understands?
I think players is also getting nervous as well. Like that whole thing with Šeško, they want to know that Manchester United's got the money. They want to know that we can. If they're coming out to say, "I choose you,"
Yeah.
we've got to ensure that we've got the money to fulfill that. And with this Baleba thing, with Ornstein coming out and saying what he's saying, it's almost giving me some sort of feeling in the background that
There's
there's more
something
that's
there.
happened with intermediaries that we even know about right now.
Ornstein does not do the Fabrizio as per.
Yeah.
When Ornstein, that's why if it was just Fabrizio that was speaking, no disrespect to Fabrizio, but he builds up a transfer. He takes his time with it, and it's like he cooks it a bit more. You know,
Quality,
seasons.
not
Yeah,
quantity.
he does the most. Ornstein's style is, hey guys, this is happening. Hey guys, this happened.
Yeah.
And he goes away. And he goes away. That's all he.
disappears.
And he disappears. He doesn't. He doesn't do. You can't tweet him and say, "Hey, what's going on with this?" And he says, "As I said before, you're not getting a tweet like that from Ornstein." So he's 2 tweets max on a signing.
Yeah.
So then, right now is the first tweet for me. But I'm shocked that it's come from him and the timing of it. But let's not forget what happened on the last game. Bruno Fernandes said, "We need more competition and certain players." Right? Bruno was spoken to when we turned down the bid, the Saudi one. And someone must have told Bruno, this is the plan. Because
Oh yeah, he would have to be convinced.
he is the
Big
captain.
time, yeah.
He said, listen, Bruno, relax. We're gonna get new 10s, yeah? We're gonna get a striker, and you're gonna be playing deeper. How? With who? With what system? And if they've already known that, because people think we've just started talking about Baleba, well, if Baleba's loved by the club as much as they say it is, this wasn't a today feeling. And then Rio Ferdinand's out doing Rio.
Yeah.
He's Baleba.
To be fair, that was about 2 weeks ago, innit, where Rio Ferdinand started going, I like this guy, like turning the
I
attention
remember
towards
that.
him, didn't
I remember
he?
that.
Yeah,
And it was the whole tour.
remember that,
Rio's
yeah.
now he's got a job at Rio was kind of working for the club in a sense.
I think he's like ad hoc a little bit, but
I saw him the whole tour.
yeah, I think he's now he's left TNT. I think he's definitely getting involved with
Doing-
United more. Yeah,
And he was
his
key
talent.
in
By
the
the way,
Euro.
I do got to say,
telling
Rio's
you, though.
talent ID, I think is fantastic.
Huh?
Rio's talent ID. The number of players he mentions who are just spot on, fantastic for United.
Yeah.
he a lot of hits.
Euro,
a lot of hits.
and he was involved in the Euro.
Yeah, he
Rio's
was.
involved in the Euro thing.
Yeah.
So you don't think there's conversations happening with Baleba already?
I think so.
But also, we have Yoro, Onana, and Mbumo.
Yeah.
He's mates with Yoro.
syndicate.
He's mates with Mbumo. He's mates with Onana.
Yeah.
Part of the reason we managed to convince Mbumo was because we had Onana.
Yeah.
And
And,
Onana.
and Mbumo was
Onana's
on
got a job
holiday
to do.
with Lenny Yoro in the States while he was,
But does this
I
worry
think
you
we
about the
have-
AFCON though?
We'll get to that.
Right.
But I think you're onto something here.
I
because
do think there's because Ben Jacobs, again, however much you want to believe Ben Jacobs or not, he said in an interview a few weeks ago that Šeško had direct contacts with some United players as well. This was before he had chosen to go for United.
There you go.
So I do think there's a level of United are kind of back channeling, going, come on, just come on,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
come here,
'Cause
come
A bit
here.
of tapping up.
Let me tell you
Yeah,
this
they're
then.
mates.
Let me tell you
They're
this.
lads talking their own right.
I
All official
spoke to
contacts through
Onana's
intermediaries.
brother. I spoke to
Alright.
Onana's brother on tour. Yeah. And it was so crazy because they asked me to take a picture of Mbimo, Onana and everyone like the whole
Yeah,
group. Yeah. And then I was like, he goes, Onana needs more respect. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. He goes, yeah, he needs more respect. He was involved. He helped with Mbemo.
Yeah.
So he should be given more respect. In that moment, I said, hey, but your brother needs to play. I want more from him. Like, I need him to have a good season.
Yeah.
Like, I hear the respecting, but he's got to deliver. You know what I mean? Just because you open up the gates of a conversation now.
It makes you wonder though, what's Manchester United's intentions with Onana? Like, are they trying to keep him? I know he's doing the background work, but what happens if Manchester United get this guy?
Well, he stays.
Onana.
He's
Well,
number
Onana's not
one.
going to, he's going to have to keep, Onana's staying.
Onana is
not
staying,
going
yeah.
nowhere.
That's been
what's
obvious
this,
for ages.
But what's this? Do you believe in the Donnarumma talk then?
No.
Because there's been a lot
I
of
don't believe
Donnarumma
that.
talk.
I don't believe that.
No, because the way the last time I saw Onana, let me knew that this guy is a part. He's staying for this season at least,
Yeah.
and especially now if you talk about Baleba and that conversation. Well, Onana's a link to this player as well, and so is Mbeumo. You know, like obviously the AFCON thing is a something. You know, it's something it could affect us, but
So
you got players that can hold it down in that AFCON moment, I believe.
I'm going to get up. You guys keep talking. I'm going to get
So
up
is it
our
this
fixtures
year?
that are during AFCON.
or nothing with Baleba. So if we don't get him this year, do you feel like that
It's going to be a
connection.
lot harder to get in.
Do you think
next
that
year.
connection will get us over next year?
I don't think
Get us over
Man
the line?
United have to strike now. Man
Yeah.
United have to strike now because we're selling the project and no one's like, as in, it'll be harder to do the deal if Amorim has 2 bad seasons. Who's going to come to Man United?
True.
Are you with me? So teams have spent money as well. Liverpool are not. I don't think Liverpool could enter the deal. If Newcastle want to enter the deal, I would fancy us even more because Newcastle haven't done anything. No disrespect, Newcastle. But then the teams that
Wait
could
for my
enter,
video coming out.
the
It's coming
teams
out.
that can enter, who I can't see Arsenal getting involved in this one because they don't need him.
Yeah, they got their.
So then, right now we have the best run towards bringing in
We've
this
got a bit of a unique position here right now.
because
So does
everyone
that
spent
position
money.
shape outside of our performance and potential risks of that? Say we had a decent, we finish 8th or something.
We're
like
not
that.
going to get him if we finish 8th. We can't. We
I
because then
think
it's a
next
failed
summer,
project.
if Liverpool don't keep hold of Gravenberch next summer, then they will just go in for Baleba.
Everyone will.
Because
Yeah.
my thing is
But right now, we need a player like that, and
Yeah.
we
there's a
have
real
the we have
possibility
we have
going
the
for next
facilities
season.
to pull
We're
it
not.
off.
We can't do
So
it
it
next
was all
season.
to-
Next season,
yeah.
it won't. We have to basically we have to be successful now.
Yeah.
And the because our manager is kind of new and shiny in a sense. Last season they're saying they don't attribute last season to him, even though he was part of it. But everyone's saying basically he didn't have his pieces, so you can't really judge him. Now you've got Šeško and Buemo Cunha.
He's got
And
his
you
whole front line.
can't. He doesn't get to say he don't have his pieces. So if he fails again, there's no way you can sell that project to another player to come and join failure. Right now, you're selling a brand new project to all these players, so it works.
And
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
Amorim said this in an interview a couple of weeks ago, and I think I agree with him in that, let's say, he kind of went, if I don't work out here, blah, 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 it's not like the players we signing wouldn't be wanted by other managers anyway. Like, if you offer most managers Cunha, they'll go,
They'll take-
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And Bumo,
Take-
hell yeah.
yeah.
Šeško, yeah. Baleba, yeah. So whoever, it's not like under Ten Hag, for example, when we signed such specific players that he really liked, that now a lot of them aren't liked by our next manager.
Yeah.
It's not like this lot won't be liked
Prem-proven.
by the next manager.
Prem-proven.
Three
Three,
of the- three of
three
them
out
are-
of 4 Prem proven. If Baleba is such a huge, mighty if still on it, but we're talking on the assumption that it could come through. But I want to touch on the AFCON thing quickly.
Yeah.
So if people have mentioned, they've gone, AFCON, we're screwed.
Yeah.
But so AFCON is between the 21st of December and
Yes.
18th of January.
January.
The games that we have during then are, so I'll count, so Villa's on the 20th, but I'll count, it's Villa away,
Yeah.
Newcastle at home, Wolves at home, Leeds away, Burnley away, and then Man City at home.
So some big
There's
games.
some
There's some
big
big
games
games
in
in
there,
The
especially
Newcastle one, we
Newcastle at
must
Old
win.
Trafford, and also the City game at Old Trafford. But like Leeds away, Burnley away, Villa away, Wolves at home. I would stay there. Say if we're playing well, if we're improving, and if we play decent next season, they're not games that we're going to get slapped in if we don't have an Arnold.
Look,
don't
Wolves
have
has
Mbeumo.
always traditionally been a tough game. There's
Yeah.
always one goal in Wolves.
Yeah.
So we can't underestimate like them. Then you've got Newcastle and potentially Villa that's going to be rivals-ish. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending on who they
But
make
then
the signings.
with a big team, with a strong enough squad, the likes, because you'll say, well, who comes in to deal with when these players are out? You've got Ugarte, Bruno, who will still be there. You have Xerxes Mount.
Cunha,
Cunha.
Šeško still.
The only thing is where
Bendir in goal.
it's the Ahmad thing. Just in the right wing back, we don't
Well, you
actually
just-
have another right wing back.
You'd end up playing
Dalot.
Dalot there.
But he just doesn't. He's
not
lacking.
as good, but I do
On the
feel.
right hand side, he's okay. Left hand
Also,
side, is a myth.
this
Going
is on
forward
the
is-
assumption that Ivory Coast and Cameroon go
Make it to the-
far.
yeah,
Cameroon
yeah.
traditionally
Yeah.
haven't been fantastic in AFCON.
Yep.
Traditionally, they've Onana didn't miss a Premier League game the last AFCON when
Well,
we
he
played.
went late. Remember?
He went late, but he missed one game, and it was
Yeah.
an
But
FA
do
Cup game against Newport.
typically, if the players go there, do they come back and play the Prem game like straight away?
I
Do
reckon
they
our
miss
players
out?
would.
We'd
I
have to-
reckon
we'd have to.
our players would.
We'd have
They
to.
would want to come back.
Yeah.
Like Onana showed it. I can see Ahmad doing that. I can see Mbeumo doing
Oh, what
that.
you mean? If when they get knocked out, they'll come back. Yeah.
Like, and the jet lag. So say they get knocked out and then there's a game like
Well, Amorim is.
If there's a game the next
Amorim's-
day, probably not. But they will be back in training ASAP.
Yeah.
But
I really
Amorim is
reckon
very cautious when it comes to putting players in. He's not going to rush a player. That's the one thing I can say that
I
just
guess.
been learning this manager style. he will take his time.
Get
Look
back
at
to him,
Mbumo. He hasn't rushed him at all. He said, look, you're here, get your fitness, get your training. We'll bring you in piece by piece. I didn't know he was going to miss the first 2 games of preseason.
Crazy, man.
But he did, and he's a big part of the plan. But Amrin's not going to rush it. And I think even the way he's been managing players and their minutes is something that we have to look at, because I can't believe how much football Shaw and how long Mount's been fit for, by the way.
Mount and Shaw.
And Shaw.
Yeah.
That's a bit
Well,
surprising.
Shaw's been on Whitwell said, Shaw's been on a bespoke program the entire preseason. He's had a different training program to all the other players
Must be.
in terms of like managing him properly.
Must
So
be.
hopefully Shaw because Shaw he stays fit when there's competition. He's now got a left wing back,
Super
if he is a
criminal.
position there, he's got Leon and Dorgu, and at left centre back when Martinez is back, he's got Martinez, Heaven, and Yoro all who are
Super
able to play
criminal.
that. Yeah,
He's a super criminal. And
Yeah.
you know what the killer is? When he's got competition, he's out of the, he's out of the
bangs.
squad.
Yeah,
He's out of the squad. In competition, sure, it's
He's
ridiculous.
serious, yeah.
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 Can I ask you a question quickly on Baleba though?
Uh-huh.
Where does he play?
What in the midfield too?
When I, what?
We're not
Is
putting
he
him
a
at centre
6
back.
or is he at 8? Because when I
He's
watch
a
this
6,
guy,
but he
he
can do
gives me
8 stuff.
Declan Rice vibe. He gives me ball carrier.
But
He
he's a
can
6.
dribble, progressive it. Is
Yeah,
he
but
going to be
that- but
used?
that's-
Are we going to be
that's what he
prohibited him
does.
playing him in at 6? Because he likes to get
No,
forward.
because what he'll in theory do, he's receiving the ball, turning and getting it forwards.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what he's really good at, and he's also very good at covering ground and winning in the middle of the park, which is what we need. Like imagine we had Manu Ugarte,
Yeah.
but Ugarte could turn and ping a pass.
Yeah.
That's the perfect player.
This is what you're asking for.
But that's basically what he does. If you watch all the comps in Brighton, so many of them are back to goal, and then he does a quick shift, turn around, and then he can pass the ball on to Bruno, or he can feed Ahmad through, or he can run, because we've got so many runners in this team.
This is it.
So he has. It's not a traditional 6, what we want, and it's not a traditional number 8. It's a bit of both. And I think his best partner would be Kobbie Mainoo over Bruno Fernandes in that midfield too. So I also see this being fantastic for
I
Mainoo.
think Ugarte.
Nah, I think
'cause Bruno's
Kobbie
playing.
Mainoo would be such a good partner for him.
Guys, Bruno's playing.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
haven't-
but I think Bruno's
you're
doing
not
both.
Playing where?
Well,
So
I
where's
think Bruno
gonna
will because we're not going to be playing Cunha, Šeško, and Bumo every single week, right?
Okay.
There's going to be a bit of shifting around. There will be some games maybe Cunha picks up a knock, or maybe Cunha goes at striker because we need to bench Šeško. So Bruno will be playing in both. I think the number 10 and the midfield role.
I don't see it. I think Bruno is going to be the deepest player at Man United, next to the likes of a Baleba, with Mbeumo and Cunha and Šeško up top.
Look,
and there will be some
I can
change.
see our
I see
ideal
that
11
our-
is that, but I don't see Amorim playing the same 11 every single week until death.
Okay,
he
cool,
will
yeah.
change stuff around. We need what we've never had is a squad.
Squad, yeah, that's
We
true.
need a
I
squad.
can see what you're saying with Bruno being the deepest, right? But then again, Bruno's positional discipline throughout a whole 90 minutes is not always there. I can see if Baleba's doing his thing there,
Yeah.
Bruno's pinging it and then ending up on the left or the right.
No, because Bruno does that.
That midfield.
Bruno was doing. Cause I know there's a big conversation about Bruno's lack of positioning or lack of discipline, but the team didn't deliver. So the one thing I've been looking for from Bruno is trust in his teammates. Now you can.
Yeah.
You
He's
can
got better
say
players
you've
around
got Cunha. You've got. If I look forward and I see Cunha, Mbeumo, Šeško, and all these other players, I'm not gonna be as pressed because I know everyone can do the job. It's kind of like, well, you know what they say, Portugal Bruno is different to Man United Bruno. Man United Bruno, he has to do way more. Portugal Bruno, he can do less because
Yeah.
there's greater players around. And this is what I'm hoping. This is what I'm hoping in theory. This is what I'm hoping. We have to see if he can stick to it and do it.
I hear
It's
it,
the
I
thing,
hear it.
You know.
Oh, speaking of trust, just because you give me a good segue here, Šeško. So Cunha and Bumo, right? We're sure they're going to, for the most part, hit the ground running at United, right? Šeško is different story. So you were talking about Watkins. I've said on this pod before, on this show before, Watkins was my number 1 choice.
Yeah.
What I would want over any other striker
Yeah.
this summer. Once we
Yeah.
missed out on Delap, because Delap was my complete number 1. But then once we missed out on Delap, I was like, Watkins. I love Watkins. I think he's a fantastic striker. But we've gone Šeško. I definitely feel an emotion, but I'm not quite sure what emotion I feel when I think about us signing Šeško. But
Yeah.
I'm beginning to buy into it because I know you guys know HTO,
Slap him up.
H from the overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday or the other day, he released a fantastic video about what Šeško brings to United, where he fits in and everything. And I've very much more bought into this because I trust Vivel, trust Wilcox, I trust Amram to make the stuff work because our recruitment's been good.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask, so there's been debate.
Yeah.
And I know Yusuf's watching this
Yeah.
and he doesn't like Šeško.
Yusuf.
But I think that Šeško will be, I do think Šeško will succeed at United. Success is, obviously, everyone has a different opinion on success. I think success is he'll score some goals and he'll look good. He'll look good. We don't need players to look great and world class at the moment, right? We just need our squad to be good. And I think he will be good because he's got Bruno, Ahmad, Dorgu, Cunha and Mbeumo all around him who can all create, but also who can all score. So it's not like we're going, right, lads, you've 22, come from Slovenia and Germany. We need 30 goals and 15 assists. No one's saying that, and it doesn't need to happen either. So I am confident that Šeško's got the facilities, the tools, and the raw talent to have a good season next season and then start to have great seasons beyond that. But I want to know your take as well.
He's going to be quite lucky in the situation that he gets to inherit with playing. When he's played before, he's got that smaller guy, Openda, that's running off him. That's what Mbeumo's going to do for fun.
Yeah.
Knocking it down. If him and Mbeumo can create a good relationship and synergy in them terms getting forward, let's not forget Cunha as well. Maybe because I wasn't so excited about Cunha, I didn't realise how good of a player he is. I've just not been looking at him.
Mate, he's fantastic.
I've not been looking at Cunha. Like, he's not a player that was high up on my list of players to want. I've always liked Mbeumo though. But you're seeing Cunha, and what I learned on pre-season is this guy is so good at carrying the ball.
He's such a problem. Cunha is such a problem for opposition defenders.
So he carries the ball and he drags you out into, he basically makes football difficult to defend against him.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me that you got somebody 6'5". You got a 6'5" guy.
He's a freak.
And Mbeumo he registered the most stats of crossing.
202 in the Premier League last season.
And he does that thing,
crosses
you know, when
than
it's not even a true, like, you know when he's like out wide, it's like edge of the box, and he does that little dinking.
It's a nice high cross, yeah, I get you.
Are you telling
And
me
he's
you don't want
6'5".
him?
You see his jump?
You see this guy here?
His jump.
A third of his goals came from headers. Last season, the season before that.
Give me that.
Manchester United hardly
We scored 4 headers last season, I think, and then
Maguire.
8, and then like 7 the season before. He's got like 12 in the last 2 seasons, I think.
From corners, not only attacking wise, defensively.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Mazzoline. And I think that's what we also need as well. I think he ticks 2 boxes.
Yeah.
Because with Maguire, we're like, oh, he's really good at doing the whole one-to-one duels.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And helping us defensively. And at times he gets us the odd goal here and there. But this is someone that can do the both very effectively.
Yeah.
Very, very effectively. It ticks off 2 birds with 1 stone. And I think for Vivel to identify and be chasing this guy for such a long time, I really feel like he's understood the assignment of how he can benefit Manchester United specifically. I think some of the benefits of Šeško is the fact that he's a freak. He's 6'5", like you said, but he's quick.
Yeah.
This guy clocked like 22 miles an hour.
Šeško's fast.
I think it was this season. I think he was one of the fastest in Bundesliga.
He was 16th fastest the 2 seasons ago, and then last season he was 20th fastest, I believe. But that's 20 out of every single player in the Bundesliga.
400 and almost 500.
Yeah.
His transition goals.
He can run channels.
His transition goals.
Yeah.
Again, him and Apendas scored like maybe 6 goals. Plus of transition goals. So they're looking at this guy and thinking,
how we hurt Arsenal, by the way.
This is how we're going to get at Arsenal. You see Arsenal, the goal they conceded the other day.
They're bad in the transition. They haven't fixed that yet.
Bad. Manchester United are going to exploit this. It's literally what you said. It's Bruno getting the ball, looking up, and saying, I've got options. Šeško, Mbeumo, Cunha. Balebo's going to be joining in there. Bursting.
And don't forget Ahmad as well, you know.
Ahmad.
You've seen how high that he's been playing in pre-season. Obviously, you've seen him and watched it. Bro, he's been our further. Even Dalot, when Dalot was playing on the right and on the left when he's played. They got, they, as you said, they're wingers now. Which is good.
There's another player that we haven't mentioned that will enjoy playing with this guy. Dorgu.
Yeah, man.
Dorgu's not selfish, you know. Dorgu is willing to pass. That's the one difference of Garnacho and all these other players. Dorgu's getting to the byline and he's trying to pass. Sometimes you're like, Dorgu, shoot, you know. But then I believe that if you got him getting to the byline and being able to lob it in, because you will look and think, that's a mismatch. I might just cross it. I might just put it in the air and see what this guy can do. Yeah.
Look, I know that there's a lot of worry about Šeško. I'm not worried to that degree because his overall ball game is good. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not like Rasmus Højlund where he holds onto the ball too long.
Yeah.
If you watch Šeško play, if he receives the ball back to goal, he's laying it off quickly. Literally, one-touch football, that's how he moves. So for Šeško, I think generally he's a more intelligent, he's got more tech.
Yeah.
And I think he's just going to help us flow a little better. With Rasmus Højlund, you're passing it to him, he's wrestling, he's doing this, he's fighting, and then he eventually falls to the ground.
Watch out for Rasmus, though. I'm saying that. I'll put that
He's still going to be here.
Yeah, and if you got Rasmus off the bench, because he's staying.
I don't know if he's going to
Rasmus off
be
the bench,
here, man. No, it's be at the club.
Is he still going to be here?
I don't.
Think where's he going to go?
After all this expenditure.
Where's he going?
I reckon.
I reckon
he'll go back to. He'll go back to Italy.
But
he could. AC Milan need a striker.
No, but does he want to go?
I think he might end up reluctantly accepting it.
Yeah.
He could stay for. I think he's still odds on to stay. I reckon, unless the club can't fleece Antony in the next two weeks.
I don't believe Rasmus wants to leave Man United.
No, but I reckon he would if we told him to.
Yeah.
I reckon if we went.
But they are telling him
you're going.
They are telling him to.
But
he doesn't want to go.
Now they have.
No, they've been trying to. You don't think it's weird that he done
Is this something you've heard or what you're
No, well,
you're
saying that the interview was everything. The interview told everything.
But the interview said that all he said was, I've not been told anything, so I assume I'm staying.
He wasn't meant to do the interview.
No, I know that. Yeah, he asked
came up and put himself forward and said, anyone want to ask me a question?
Anyone want to ask me a question, but then say his standing is, I don't want to leave Man United, and I need you lot to know that, and I need a potential buyer to be aware that I'm not trying to leave this club. So if I'm a potential buyer, I want the player first to be wanting to move. If the club's saying, hey, we have this player for you, but he's saying he's not for sale.
I have a gut feeling he's leaving in the last week of the window. Well, I don't know if that's on loan or if that's permanently.
But you only do that to a problem. You only do that to someone that is a real problem at the club.
And he's
but I think it might be something that he changes his mind on.
Okay.
If Šeško comes in and he sees him training for Šeško in training for 2 weeks, and then Xerxes coming back from fitness as well, he might sit there and go, shit.
Unfair choice.
Or if he doesn't leave in January, he has to, at some point he's going to think, I need to get a move.
I feel like it's his just gut feeling, but I feel like he's going to really soften his stance on, his hard stance on staying.
Maguire didn't. Maguire lost the armband. Yeah, let's never forget that. He lost the armband from Ten Hag. He said, he brought him into the office, said, you're not my captain anymore. And West Ham came in, people came in for him, and he didn't want to leave Man United. So you might have a player.
The Maguire one was that he didn't go because he couldn't agree a settlement package with United. I thought it was.
Yeah.
It was United accepted 30 million bid, but they couldn't agree a settlement package for him. I think the Højlund situation is different from Maguire's.
You don't think he's a Man United fan,
I know he
said he wants to compete.
I know
he
is. It's just a gut feeling, I think, especially if we can't offload other players.
Yeah.
Højlund is, I think, weirdly more wanted than some of our other players who we're trying to offload. We've got Garnacho of Chelsea have opened talks for Garnacho today. Antony, God knows what's going on with that at the moment.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
With Greenwood, bro.
I
thought he was a shoo-in.
Mason to go to another team?
I thought the bigger European teams were after Mason Greenwood. After he was having a great season.
It's okay if it doesn't happen right now, because we made some money from the other, Elanga and stuff. So that one's just in the fire. That one's just burning. I would say when you talk about the outgoings in Sancho, don't know what's happening with him.
Yeah,
I've not heard anything.
This is what I mean. I think if the sales aren't clarified, let's say 2 weeks today, so 21st of August, whatever it is, 20th of August, if there isn't more clarity on at least 3 of our sales, the club might turn around and go, you can go to Rasmus Højlund, or turn to AC Milan and go, we know you want him, what's up? Come to the table.
Well, their club is putting out everything they can do. They said that he's 30 million. They valued him at 30 million now, which is, there's no clear indication that the club are trying to get rid.
I actually think that's more posturing so clubs don't bid under that. So I think clubs might be going, can we get a loan with a 20 million buy option? I think that's more us just going, if you come in, this is what we're going to be saying.
Yeah.
I actually think that's more the club posturing to make sure they get at least that, rather than them going, oi lads, 20% off.
I feel like the club is still trying to push him out, but he's trying to stay. And I think he's backing himself to play. But then, let's say he does stay, If you've been playing against Ahmad, Šeško, all these players, and then 70th minute, 75th minute, you have a fresh Rasmus Højlund on, doing up wrestling and all that other stuff.
I hear it.
It's a problem. It's still going to be, I'm not saying that he's going to score a bunch of goals, but then with competition is what this club has needed for a long time. We haven't had nines. We haven't had someone that's going to go and occupy the front line. And then what we have been getting to is the likes of a Cheeto, who at the moment I don't think he's ready. I kind of want Cheeto to go on loan.
I think League One, send him to League One for a season, like Bolton or something. I know Bolton, one of my writers, he follows Bolton. He says Bolton are crying out for a striker. Send him to Bolton, League One for a season. Let him grow into his frame. Because the guy's, what, 6'3", 6'4"? He's huge, but he's lanky. He needs a bit more meat, I think.
When he runs with the ball, you know, the stride, I just want it to all be a lot more coordinated.
Love to see him go on loan.
Yeah, if he gets a loan, the only thing is what was going to be different is if Rasmus was going, Cheeto would be the next. As in, it'll be Šeško, Xerxes, Cheeto, which is fine. But with Rasmus staying, the pecking order is a bit weird now because you've got Rasmus as a third choice striker, which I don't think the club want. But
Oh, well, a quick super chat from VK. He said, for 30 million, Newcastle should get Højlund. Same age, proven goal scorer in Europe, and Eddie knows how to coach up a good player. Win-win for all. Big up for the super chat, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Is this Jackson?
That's taking a piss. If Newcastle bought Rasmus Højlund for 30 million,
best window of all time.
Their fans will explode. He'll probably do well there though.
He'll probably do all right. He's quick. He's the quickest player at the club. Højlund is.
I'm telling you.
He's
off
rapid.
the bench at 75.
Well, he did it in his first season, didn't he? Towards the end of the season, he was coming off the bench. He scored like 3 goals in 3 games.
Off the bench, I just think...
I
can kind of hear it.
Losing Isaac, I don't put it past them getting 2 forwards. With the amount of money that they had, even before Isaac...
Newcastle? They'll get Wisser and someone else.
I think they'll get 2 forwards.
I don't know if Isak's going to... Do you still think Isak's going to go in?
I don't... I'm not as... So HET, as I'm sure you know, is dead confident on it.
He's going.
I was saying this to Doyle the other day. I'm not as confident. I don't think...
He's going.
I don't think it's 100% happening.
I don't know, you know.
I think it's 50-50.
Newcastle will end up getting Jackson and Wisser, and then he's going. He's going.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But just one final question before we wrap up. We're playing Fiorentina on Saturday, final pre-season game. Obviously, David De Gea is coming back. It'll be lovely to see him.
Yeah, he needs a great start.
But what we haven't seen so far in pre-season is Ruben Amorim's best starting 11. In all the games, it's been... So in the Leeds game, it was very much a mix of... that was mix of academy and first team. Like Cheeto started the game, for example, and Højlund was on the second half. Couldn't play 45. And then against West Ham, I believe it was West Ham the first game. It was the first game. There were, again, it was more first 11. Yeah. But then against Bournemouth, it was different. And then against Everton, it was different again. Like Dallo was playing left wing back, Dorgu wasn't playing.
Yeah.
The Fiorentina game, I'm confident, Amorim's going to want to play his starting 11, his closest starting 11 he possibly can. I just want to ask you, who is that?
That's Ahmad.
Your starting 11, who is it?
It's, unfortunately, it says Onana. Because Onana's... Well, I don't know if Onana's back for that, but I believe he should be if he wants to play for the Arsenal game. So you got Onana, and then Luke Shaw.
Left centre-back.
Euro, Dillet.
So
Maguire.
I'd go Maguire in the middle.
Maguire.
Delitt's looked a little like he needs a couple more weeks to get up to speed. I don't know why. He was injured a lot towards the back end of last season. I think Maguire's more ready for that.
He just lost that. Do you know what's crazy? I like Delitt, and I really... I'm more of a Delitt fan than a Maguire fan.
Same.
I really want this Delitt thing to work. The one thing that, not like question marks, but the Beto had his way with him.
This is what I think. I just think Delitt needs a couple more weeks to get back up to speed. He looks a little behind the others in terms of how sharp he is.
Yeah,
but he
can play. But what Delitt does better than Maguire is we're playing high up the pitch, and he's okay. He can get back faster than Maguire can. I think Maguire gets exposed if we are playing as high as we're playing. So I would prefer Delitt to play, but then it's just in those aerial duels Does he win them? And then in the game against Arsenal, actually, if you're being smart, it should be Maguire, because the game against Arsenal, we're gonna have to do this aerial thing.
Right now,
and
we don't have,
and we have no Casemiro. We have no Casemiro. Remember, aerially in that Arsenal game, that's how they play. They're set piece FC.
It's true.
Yeah.
And we don't. We're taking. It's gonna be Ugarte, whoever. We need some. Yeah, Maguire.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Go on, Ahmad.
Yeah. And then, I'm going Yoro right centre back.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ahmad right wing back, obviously. Dorgu left wing back, obviously.
Brilliant.
Midfield pairing. That's the next question I want to ask.
Ugarte, Bruno.
You reckon you got Bruno over Casemiro, Bruno?
Don't even play
Casemiro's not been getting.
Don't even waste your time.
Fair enough.
It's gonna be that.
Don't even, or you do what they did last time, which I didn't really like. But if you know it's not going to be for good, you do the team the starting lineup with Mbeumo, Cunha, Bruno in the false. Well, somebody else in one of them in the false line.
Well, they kind of just did this though, didn't they?
Yeah.
They flicked around a bit.
So you might do that.
The one question I want to ask with the midfield too is against Fiorentina. Would you like to see, because I wouldn't mind seeing this, even if it's just for 45 minutes something, just double check the potential of Mainu, Bruno. Mainu and Bruno, just to see how, because it's a pre-season game, I do just want to see how that might work. I'm not saying playing against Arsenal. I'd probably say don't play that against Arsenal. But it's a pre-season game. I wouldn't mind seeing it, see how it works.
If I was going to do that midfield, I'd do Ugarte, Kobe.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, fair enough. I wouldn't mind seeing what that dynamic could be. I think
your lineup that you said, Ugarte, Kobe, and then Bruno false 9 and Mbeumo, Cunha.
However they do that.
And then front three. So if we're going Bruno, Ugarte midfield, front three, is it Højlund, Cunha and Mbeumo?
No, because we're now getting Ugarte and Kobe.
So you're putting Ugarte, Kobe in, and then up front.
And then up front,
okay.
it's them. It
could be Cunha false 9 with Bruno and Mbeumo behind.
And then that's not going to be for long anyway, because when it does come to the actual, it's kind of silly because it's not really preparing us for Arsenal, because you want to have Bruno playing deeper now, getting ready for. So if we're doing it right, it should really be Rasmus, because not saying it's like for like, but a big guy that's going to be up front. With Mbeumo. If you want to get close to game time, then you should go Bruno with Ugarte, Mbeumo and Cunha with Rasmus Højlund up there, and then you take the players out, because as soon as Šeško's ready, you put Šeško in the Rasmus position, because Bruno needs to learn how to play that position as well, the deep one.
Then you've got Baleba for Ugarte.
If we sign Šeško, let's say this weekend, let's say it's done by like Sunday or something, he's got a week's training, would you start him against Arsenal?
No, but I bring him off the bench.
Yeah, I would. I agree with that.
I'd love to see him celebrate and score.
The match fitness that we've got, I feel like we've got an advantage from looking at Arsenal's game. I feel like Manchester United is just fitter than them, and I think that's going to be...
We're so fit. I've been put on trial for saying this about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
I was saying that our squad they came into pre-season looking fit and lean. And I got roasted for talking about the lean stuff, but I think I'm pretty vindicated in it now.
You are.
I think I've been fully vindicated by saying these guys are running harder, they're leaner and they're stronger. I said it. I said just looking at the photos, looking at the gym work, they look like it.
Yeah.
And then I got hung, drawn, and quartered for it. I got a call from Flex or a voice note from Flex being like, "Mate, the comments are asking for your head because of what you said." So I had to then send him a message and go, "Read this out to the United View chat." And Lean FC, we are. We look good.
Because that's the one question I wanted. I didn't get to ask a question on pre-season to the manager just to really get a vibe. But then I wanted to say, did you send everyone away with individual plans?
100%.
Because the way they've all come back, they all come back ready. Like they've all come back 100%. Engaged. Like we're not talking about enough. Kobe's been more physical than we've seen from him in a minute. Like I've actually enjoyed him.
He looks stronger as well.
He looks stronger. Like so he's done real work. I know he was working with Lenny Euro. Dorgu's done work. These guys, Xerxes is done work, but we just haven't seen him play yet. So and
then on the opposite, people like Mason Mount look slighter. He looks quite slight this summer, which is good for him. That'll help with his injuries. That'll help with him being quick, because Mount's been on Mount. I don't know how you guys have thought about how he's played on pre-season. I think he's been quite good because we've scored 3 goals from set piece situations, all of which have had Mason Mount in the middle of them. So we had Dorgu's goal, where Mount was the one that took the quick free kick to get it over for Dorgu. Mount was then also involved in Rasmus's goal because it was a throw-in that got thrown to Mount. Mount then spun and fed Dorgu through, who then got Mount thing. And then Mount's goal himself came from a corner where the ball was thrown to him again. Then he plays a 1-2 with Bruno before finishing. So Amarim's been talking about set-piece situations a lot. It seems like they've worked on it. And it does seem like Mount is back to being that 1-2 touch player. He shouldn't be starting over Cunha, no way at all.
Not.
But
off the bench.
I do think we're in for a much better season
Mount,
from
for
him.
me, he just needs to stay fit.
He's clever.
No one's doubting his quality. Do you understand? Like the Chelsea Mount, we've been waiting to see. We paid that big money for the Chelsea Mount.
Yeah.
His only issue is he hasn't stayed fit enough for him to build up that momentum, build up that match sharpness, build up that fitness. He hasn't been able to do it.
Yeah.
If this guy could stay fit this season, we could be having a conversation of who do we want to start. Because let's not get it twisted. Like Mount knows where the net is. Mount knows how to play in those pockets. Mount is very comfortable.
Do you know, I can't say that about Mount yet, just on the basis of it's been too long that we haven't seen it. So I would never say, I could never vouch for Mount until, like, you're talking Chelsea form. When was he Chelsea's best player? It's been, what?
It was actually their Champions League 2021.
1 or 2?
That's crazy.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
That's
when he
crazy.
was younger than I am.
So that's mad. That's the tax. No tax can last that long.
I know.
You know what I mean? So until we see, the one thing that we like about Mount is he's fit. Not really keen on him being our 7. I won't lie to you. I wish that shirt can go somewhere else. But, you know, like, he has to do something now. You know?
I mean, I like his fitness. He likes to track back. He likes to get fists stuck in. He obviously loves a card. Like, he's a guy that works. His work rate is high. Yeah. And I think we need that in our team. We need guys with better work
Prerequisite.
rate. And what you said about that fitness thing, I think if you're listening to Amarim and need any advice, any tips, you walk away without anyone giving you a plan. All he's been saying is fitness, intensity, like he needs that. If I'm hearing that, I'm going away and doing what I need to do anyway. So regardless, these players, I think that they've caught on and they all come back ready. So it's a better time to be playing
I think
Arsenal
maybe Mount, the conversation with Mount we're having here, we need to revisit in November. Kind of like see if he can, because obviously start last season, he started well and then he got an injury. He played well against Brighton, then he got an injury like 3rd game of the season. And then it was kind of over from there. Because I remember last season he did similar pre-season. He looked good, he looked fit, he looked ready. And as soon as competitive football came up, he then just dissipated again. And it finished. So if he can stay fit from now for the next 3.5 months, we'll revisit the conversation and then go, is he now, because he's firm second choice on that left flank, maybe even third if you talk about Bruno potentially playing there as well. But revisit the conversation. But I am positive that Mount, along with basically every single player in our squad, are going to get a lot better next season.
100%. One game a week, sorry?
Yeah, one game a week plus the easy Carabao Cup games. I say easy, obviously touch wood, that we win the Carabao Cup games as well. But yeah, it should be looking good. But KG, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Your debut.
It's been fantastic to have you on. It's been good, you know.
Back in the studio.
Yeah. And thank you for having me.
More debuts, man.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
No, it's good. It's a nice little chill chat we like to have. Nothing too intense or screamy. Just having a chat, reading the comments, having a little debate here and there. But been great to have you, Firms. Fantastic. Thank you for coming on as always.
Love.
It's fantastic. Next week, hopefully, we'll have Marcel back. And I'll drill him for all his ridiculous opinions. Maybe Yusuf as well, and Yusuf can tell you why he doesn't like Šeško. But apart from that, thank you so much for everyone for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all of that, and we'll see you hopefully at 12:30 next Thursday for What the Devil episode 75.